talk to you today about juicing. Juicing. I don't mean steroids. I was in the bodybuilding world, but I'm not anymore. Anyway, juicing. What I mean by juicing is not throwing a bunch of things into a VITAMIX. I'm talking about getting only the water-soluble pieces from the fruits, the vegetables, the produce that you're buying. So juicing is different than smoothies. Smoothies have the fiber, and juices are just the water component of the produce. I have a link that I'll put below, which is a little article, a blog that I wrote on my website that talks about the difference between juicing and smoothieing. Smoothieing has the fiber, juicing is just the water. So some people say it's not as good for you if you do juicing because you should get the fiber. Well, some people need the nutrients quicker more than they need the fiber. So people who are very vitamin deficient, if you get that real quick jolt, and I feel that burst, that's a more sustainable and enduring burst of energy I get when I juice rather than smoothieing, because it takes longer for all those nutrients and vitamins to absorb. So anyway, I went on a quest, and I've been juicing now for about a year. I have my own juicer, about just the standard Breville one for $200 that is quick, gets the job done, and is easy to clean. So today I went on a mission and I tracked the time it took me to do everything. So I went to the farmer's market, I bought a whole bunch of different produce, and I cleaned everything at one time. So I bought 5 days worth of juicing. I juice every single morning, and that's the first thing that I let land on my stomach after I chug a bunch of water with lemon. So I did 5 different preparations, cleaned it all. It took me 15 minutes. So I do that all at one time as opposed to each time, so it saves me time, so you don't have to get things dirty and clean them all over again. And then what I do is I take and part out what I'm going to juice each morning. So I had 5 different bags laid out with all the ingredients that I wanted to juice that morning. So I would just need to grab the bag from the fridge, cut them up, and put them into the juicer. I don't advise cutting them up before because it kills the nutrients, and then things start to die before you even juice them. So those are all prepared, so all I needed to do moving forward, like tomorrow morning, is grab that bag, cut them up, put it in the juicer, clean the juicer, and I'm done. So it took me 15 minutes today. Once I cleaned all the vegetables and the fruits, it took me 15 minutes from the cut of the first vegetable to the cleaning of the last piece of my juicer. Now 15 minutes, I don't know what that's worth for you, but if you calculate, let's say you made $100 an hour. Well, that's worth $25. So really, you just lost $25 worth of time. So time is money, opportunity costs, and I learned in college. Now the other alternative from juicing at home, and these were all organic vegetables I bought, by the way, I did another day where I researched exactly how much it costs to buy these foods at the store. So I went to Sprouts, which is a local California farmer's market. It's a store, it's a grocery store. They're not necessarily all the way local, but it's, you know, close enough. And they're organic foods. And I took all of that, made one juice. It made about 16 ounces. And it cost me, for all of those things, it cost me $4.40. It was actually more like $5.40 because I added more kale to it. So it could be anywhere between $4.50 to $5.50 depending where you go. If you're going to Whole Foods and buying the vegetables and produce there, it's probably going to cost you like $10. Whole Foods is whole bank account. So anyway, that was Sprouts, and that was marginally priced. Now Trader Joe's, I don't really like their veggies and their produce for juicing because it's from so far away and it just doesn't even taste right. But anyway, $5.40 is what it cost me to make 16 ounces of organic juice. And then I started to wonder, well, what does it cost for 16-ounce juices at the other places around me? So I went to 3 different stores and I got 3 different 16-ounce juices, and I asked all of them questions about where they get their produce and, you know, what kind of options they have for juicing and things like that. So the first place I went to is Whole Foods. And I did confirm that theirs, in this particular location, theirs was organic. Not all locations are, from what I know, because I remember talking to someone in another Whole Foods about this, because every Whole Foods is different. So at this particular place, it was $7.
Oh.
$7 for a 16-ounce juice. Yeah, it was organic, but it was $7. I was like, no, that's not even a loss leader. Loss leader is to make something cheaper so that you go to their store to buy more stuff. So they take a loss on the juice so that you come in there and buy more of their groceries, which is exactly what Sprouts does. So Sprouts, if you live in California, Mother's Market. Mother's Market, if you live in California, theirs is $4.75 for 16 ounces of all organic produce. And it tastes amazing. And you can change all of the different ingredients. You could use this green and substitute. Most places do offer that, but they use organic as much as possible, and then sometimes they run out. They might have to use conventional, but for the most part, mostly organic. There's a third place that I looked at, and you guys probably have all heard of the franchise Nectar. And there's a Nectar close to me, so after yoga the other day, I went and got a juice, and I got a 16 ouncer, and it was $4.75, and I asked the question, I said, is this organic? Nope, not organic. Oh, okay. Well, I got my juice, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try this and give it a shot. And honestly, I swear, I have to research this more, but I swear it tastes like they put in apple juice that was like commercial apple juice or something in there, because I make juice every morning. I got the same ingredients that I normally get, and it tasted way too sweet. So that was $4.75. So of all three of those, which would you choose? I say find a place local to you and go visit them. If it's somewhat convenient for you, don't go super duper out of your way to get a juice. But if you're gonna go grocery shopping anyway, then you might as well get one. If it's on the way to work, you might as well get one. I'm not a big fan of Nectar because it's not organic, and typically it's something that is not like you can run a bunch of errands at one time. It's just a juice place. And so that's my take on it now, is that I'm start going to Mother's more often. In fact, this last week, once I found out all these statistics and the numbers, I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make juice at home in the morning anymore, because my business is super busy and I'm too busy helping you guys, and I would rather just have someone else make my juice and I don't have to clean the blender and things. So if you're making juice for 4 people in your family, then maybe you do it all at one time in the morning. Maybe it does make sense that way, because you only have to clean the blender or the juicer one time. So it really is a case by case, and whether or not your produce is cheaper at a farmer's market, it's always different. But here in California, it actually is sometimes cheaper to buy produce. So it might have been cheaper than $4.50 to $5.50 per 16 ounces in this scenario in California. I haven't added that up yet. But anyway, I wanted to empower you with this information so you knew what to do, because so many people ask me about juicing, and they ask me about all these different brands at the store and that are bottled and already pre-made. Is this juice good? Is this juice good? You guys, I'm sorry to say, but no juice is good that has been commercially made. None of it. From the OJ to the apple juice to, you know, the cranberries, all that stuff is so processed and has so many different preservatives in it. And most of those fruits and veggies have been heat pasteurized, so that it has killed the nutrients in those particular ingredients. Cranberries, let's say, it's been heat pasteurized so much to the point that it doesn't have any more nutritional offerings. So if you look at the back, it'll say fortified by blah, blah, blah. So that's why I don't recommend juicing. If anything, it's just going to spike your insulin, make you gain weight, and type 2 diabetes is on the rise for you. And then you'll probably crash right thereafter because of the insulin response. So there are people who ask me, okay, what about the ones that say, you know, they've been bottled, like the ones at Whole Foods? I can't remember the brands, but they're ones that have already been pre-made, and they sort of taste like the ones that you can get fresh. They've got like the kale, and they've got apple and lemon and pineapple, all the standard juicing ingredients, but they've been put into either BPA plastic or glass containers. If you can avoid those and just get fresh for the same price or less, do it, because typically those are like $8 to $12 for a 16-ounce container. So I say no on those ones. If you're on the go and you need to put them in your fridge, you don't have time to stop at Mother's, it's better than nothing. But what I say is, what is the best juicing? And my answer to you is the juicing that works for you. So if that means you buy it at the store versus making it, or if that means you get it at a store and buy it in a bottle, whatever works for you, but please do not buy the commercially made ones, because those ones are going to do more harm than good. I'm Diane Kazer. I hope this helps. It certainly has helped me to help you, and please subscribe below for other videos that are just like this. I'm going to be creating 4 more today just for you. So thanks a lot, Wellness Warriors, and have a great day.